So we are Team Shanoncore, and what we decided to do for our Sitecore Hackathon project is to build a heat map overlay on top of Sitecore in order to display a visual heat map of where users interact with web pages from the Sitecore Experience Editor. So what we originally planned to do was build a front-end JavaScript file that gets embedded in every page. And what that JavaScript file does is anytime you click on the page, so I'm here on the home page of our Sitecore 9 site. If I'm going to click here, and I'm just going to draw a little smiley face with the clicks, I'm going to click here and click a couple times like this. Every time I'm clicking, it's sending a request back to a backend controller. That backend API is storing that data somewhere. I'll get to that in a second. And then when we go into the Sitecore Experience Editor, we're able to do is come to this little option right here and click View Heat Map. And when we do that, the page refreshes, and we see this nice heat map here of all the places that I clicked on the front end. And what this would do is it would aggregate together all of the different clicks that happened from all of our end users, and the color that's shown in there would change based on the density of clicks in that area. So right now it was just myself making these clicks, so they obviously are all the same. But if I had clicked in one place more than another, so if I come over here and I'm clicking rapidly over here, and I go back and I refresh, you see that it's getting darker over here because there are more clicks by end users in that area. Our original plan was to store all of this data in XConnect. We went through the documentation. We wanted to store it as a custom event model as part of an interaction on a page. We spent about 23 of the 24 hours in the hackathon attempting to do it that way, but what we found by the end was that it just wasn't working. The documentation is very helpful, but it seems like it's not fully accurate, or there's just some errors in XConnect that are preventing it from working, because sending data to XConnect, it doesn't appear to be actually stored because we can't actually get the data back or find it anywhere. We were reviewing the documents and saw that they were only written a few days ago on the 26th of February, so it's completely understandable that there's still some issues being worked out. But we spent a lot of time trying to get that to work and trying to get XConnect to work as our data storage provider, because we know that would be Sitecore best practice. But in the end, there were too many issues to make that work. So we abandoned it in the last 60 minutes and rewrote the application to actually store the data in a SQL database and pull it out of there. We would like to go back and update it to actually pull out or store and retrieve the data from XConnect in the future if we could. But for now, this is our implementation. It works, and we hope you enjoy it.